We start the day with the southbound train 217 arriving in Taihape, led by DLs 9014 and 9187. On the way into Wellington, we stopped at the Wairarapa River Bridge to film one of the Matangi units. Then it was time to visit the Steam Incorporated depot in Paekakariki. Despite the notable absence of JA 1271, AB 608 and a pair of DAs, there was still plenty of locomotives to see, such as the 6 DBRs owned by DBM Contracting. These were 1199, 1200, 1213, 1226, 1267 and a 1282. Probably goes without saying, but DBR 1267 is not to be confused with JA 1267. Next we went down to Plimmerton and had a look around the Mainline Steam depot. Last time I was here was in July 2020, and since then DSC 2759 has moved up to Gisborne, and 3 steam locomotives have been transferred up from the old Christchurch depot. At the far end of the main shed was JB 1236, a locomotive that I remember seeing in Whanganui almost 5 years ago. Also in the shed was a 14A Garrett from Zimbabwe, as well as the small Fowler 040 tank originally from Napier, what's left of K911, and DC 4248. The other shed was full of locomotives, starting off with DJs 1229 and 1228. But for me the most notable catch had to be KB968, the sole survivor of a once 6-strong class of 484 steamers. The KBs were the stuff of legends for their time on the Springfield to Arthur's Pass section of the Midland Line, and indeed that area is sometimes referred to as KB country. Also in this shed were KA942 and a JA1240, 2 engines that I hadn't seen in donkey's years. I can't remember the last time I saw the KA, but the last time I saw 1240 was on the Kinleith branch in November 2012. I remember that as actually being quite a fun day, despite being scared out of my wits when the whistle went off. After seeing all those vintage locomotives, it was time to join the Matangi EMUs at Plimmerton station. At the time of uploading, a new platform was being built here, presumably to allow more peak time trains to terminate here instead of Porirua. And this was my train to Wellington, the 1300X Waikanai service run with Matangi Unit 5131. Upon arrival in the city, I decided to head up to a couple of stations on the Johnsonville Line, one of which I'd never actually filmed at before this trip. Initially, I hopped off Matangi 5027 at Simla Crescent. This station opened in 1938, around the same time that electric trains started running to Johnsonville. The platform here is located on a noticeably steep incline, and indeed the Johnsonville Line is known for having loads of steep grades. Quite bizarrely, there was this sign by the crossing which still has an old Transmetro logo. I was only at Johnsonville for the short 5-minute layover, and got off at Wairarapa on the return trip. When I got back to the city, I was planning to get back to Takapu Road in time to see the Northern Explorer, but of course that just couldn't go according to plan. Matangi 4161 was meant to run the 1714 service to Waikanai, but just outside the station the unit was forced to turn back due to an unexplained incident resulting in signal issues. As usual, I don't think the staff properly explained what the incident was, and sort of left the passengers in the dark. But the issue was resolved sooner than expected. DSC 2665 spent most of the day sitting in platform 8, but soon ran off to help shunt the coaches for the afternoon Wairarapa connection service. During this time, DFB 7213 turned up with train 201 from Auckland. I ended the day's rail fanning simply by catching a Matangi unit arriving at Takapu Road on a southbound service from Waikanae.